What's up, y'all? Hey, I was just thinking to myself how far me and my daughter have come with our relationship over the years. I've been very transparent on our mother daughter healing journey. We did a podcast for probably about a month, maybe 2 months at the most. A lot of those videos are on my YouTube channel at Sharina Walters. And you might be able to catch a few on Facebook as well. And I think I uploaded the same videos on Instagram, just a few clips. And I was like, dang, Sharina, over this 8-year journey, what what do you feel has caused our relationship to get a lot closer? Well, I have to say that I gave a chance or a try at being vulnerable. I remember my sister, Tina, Lisa Armstrong, Dr. Lisa Armstrong you probably just find out Lisa Armstrong on Facebook, but she was like, Sharina, you don't have to be vulnerable with her. I'm like, what you mean? I'm like, being vulnerable with a child? At this point, she would have been about 18 years old. I grew up, never really knowing, you know, adults' business because we was told, stay in a child's place. Don't be in grown people business. But I realized at some point, once your child matures, even through their, I would say, adolescent phase of probably being in the teenage years versus when they were 5, 6, 7, as time go on, you can start having more and more transparent conversations with them. I didn't do it prior to 18, but after 18, I started being more vulnerable, opening up more and more with her about the challenges that I had in my relationships, my romantic relationships from the time that I was like 17 to, currently. And I found out being more vulnerable with her about my relationships and the struggles that I faced during those relationships. It was so fun to me and her have similar struggles. And it was so mind blowing. It was so comforting to know that I was able to guide her, help her with her journey. Not that, hey, do this, telling her what to do, but by me being vulnerable and sharing my struggles, she was able to identify areas where she can do better, right? Areas where she can do better by not necessarily dealing with things that I allowed for as long as I allowed. And also just about life in general. I mean, we talk about family, her understanding family members who she's never met before. I didn't realize that I hadn't had discussions about, grandparents, uncles, aunties, cousins. And so now she's kind of going through this, this phase of, identifying who people are and, what challenges that they dealt with mentally, spiritually, physically, or whatever it might be. And we kind of see ourselves in each individual person because we're all interconnected in our own family, but also in the world, we're interconnected in some type of way. I believe that's just my belief. And I just wanted to share that because changing your mindset on how you see things can really help you in your life to be the best you that you possibly can be. And also you're reaching back to help someone else, which then helps someone else, because as I'm helping her, she's helping others, and she's becoming stronger, wiser. And I'm so proud of her. I really am. I'm so proud of her. I remember conversations that I would have with family members, friends, and sister, and she or they might be like, well, why won't I would say this, I would say that to her. You can't let her do that. You should tell her. No, because that was me. That was me at 19, 18, 20. I know me. And one thing that you don't want to do is tell that version of you who you can see what not to do, because I think it's human nature when you're telling someone not to touch that hot burning stove. We want to know why. Because it's hot, because it hurts. But we still curious on to knowing why. Well, it might have hurt you, but it may not hurt me. I can do it differently. I can touch the stove a little bit more differently than what you did, and the burn not gonna be that bad. No, it might be actually worse. But you have to let people go through they go through, and you have to have grace and mercy on. To me, I have a lot of grace, mercy on a lot of things I see that my daughter might have, challenges with, because she's grown. She's only 25. And she also had a lot of patience and grace and mercy with her mother. And so I just returned the favor. When I'm thinking about, you know what, I should say something. Just recently, I still struggle with certain things that I want to say, because you go in protection mode. You go into, I don't want her to be hurt. Let me tell her this now. And sometimes I overshare and overload sometimes. I'm not as bad as I used to be, because she straight up told me one day, "Hey, Mom." I was like, "Yeah." She said, "If I don't ask you for your opinion, can you not give it to me?" I said, "Oh." And we were at a point in our relationship where it wasn't, "Don't you ever say that to me." We was past that point, because she just speaking her mind. She didn't do anything disrespectful. It wasn't disrespectful. It wasn't like she yelled, she cursed at me. She just asked for her own boundaries, because it was stressing her out that I was putting my way of thinking onto her and how she should do things. We need to let our kids live their own life. Our adult children live their own life. Yes, we can guide them, give them some opinion. Hey, you that road doesn't continue right there. You might want to, go around, take a U-turn, because you're going to fall off the cliff. Like, literally, there's a road around the corner that doesn't continue, and there is like no warning sign. It is the craziest thing. But that is really symbolic to life. Sometimes we just don't know that there is danger on the other side of that road, on that journey. But we just love them anyways. We love them anyways through their mess, because we are not perfect. I wasn't perfect. And because she has just been so, as much as I know I've disappointed her, and I know she's been angry with me, she's really, really been so kind and loving to me. And I appreciate her. And I just feel like our relationship have really grown because of the time that we spend to pull back the layers on not just the past, but on current situations. Like, we would literally sit and talk for 2 or 3 hours and figure things out together. And as she's discovering, I'm discovering. And I'll tell her, "Oh, Bree, I'm going to use that. Oh, Bree, I'm going to use that. And if a similar situation like this happened, now I know what to do." I'm like, "Thank you, baby. I appreciate that." I'm very humble. And I can learn from a toddler. I can learn from a baby. I'm never too grown to where I can't learn from someone younger than me. I think we all should be that way, because you could be missing out on your blessing. And so I'm always open to learning from the youth, to learning from my conversations with my daughter. She can tell at times when I need her to just be a listening ear, and I can tell when she needs the same. And we can also tell when we need space, right? But it has been the thousands of hours that we have spent together, either on the phone, either in person, that has really, really built our relationship. And so my message, now that I'm talking about it, is that sometimes we want to repair relationships or build relationships and not put in the work. Well, sir, ma'am, that ain't gonna happen. You can wish it to, I don't know what, but you have to put in the work and be willing to not gain some things out of it. Yeah, you could be watching your show. I know that's old school. You could be watching an hour worth of reels or some special event, maybe a sports event that's happening. But if your child needs you and it's not dire that you're there, you know, some major appointment, make the time. Make the time for them. Man, listen, you, the fact that they can walk away with just, not that they're not gonna have their own struggles and their own worries and their own personal challenges, but if you can help your child anyway, and this has nothing to do with money, as you just heard me say, everything that I'm talking about has to do with time. It has to do with investing in time. So that's just my message today. I hope y'all have a wonderful, fabulous day. Make it a great day. And if you are struggling with anything, I want to send a virtual hug to you and let you know that it's going to be okay. Literally take it one moment at a time, one day at a time, 1 second at a time. Whatever your faith may be, hold on to that, because sometimes a man, a woman, a child can't give you what you need. The only person or entity that can give that to you is a higher power. I've learned that personally right now in my faith walk. So lean into whatever it is that you believe in. And I just want to say thank you for your time and have a wonderful day.